Hello and welcome back to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. And on to the race 2 from round 10, our final round, our final race of the Manufacturers Championship. We're in Barcelona, 2.8 mile circuit here without the chicane, and we have the GT or GR3 cars waiting on the grid to get this one underway. It's it's another night race. I mean, we do like a night race, don't we? These, I think they just like making use of their headlights, to be honest. Might as well use them if you've got them. Yeah, it looks a little bit more murky down there. It still doesn't look like there's any rain, thankfully. It still looks dry, but certainly not a lot of light out there. So headlights will be blazing for this one. Reverse grid as well, another 25-minute race. And let's run through that grid now. So side end in pole position, from Nando in second in that Beetle. So actually it's the Beetle. It wasn't the convertible car that I was referring to in race 1. I forgot there was the Beetle. So the GR3 version, or at least for him anyway, it is the Beetle. Then we've got Unforgiven in third place in that Jag. Brian Moncani in fourth. Keyboard Captain in fifth. Thunder in sixth. Bennett in seventh. DJ eighth. Silly Shot in ninth. Dan in 10th. Wadru 11th. And our champion-elect, Colonel Curtains, in 12th. Okay, let's get it underway then. Here we go. It's got really dark all of a sudden, hasn't it? And away that we go, we think. Yeah, they are all good. Great start from that Beetle. In second place, but Jags, no slouch as we know, as we see. Both Sight and Unforgiven, like they normally do when they're at the front here, get away, but the Beetle's just got ahead of Unforgiven into second place from Nando. It's Unforgiven, Thunder, Brian Moncani. Then we've got Keyboard Captain, Bennett, Wadru, all coming through. Renault at turn 3 here. Dan in 9th. Colonel Curtains up to 10th already after starting at the back. I'm not sure what happened to DJ and Silly Shot. There might have been a coming together there, you know. Yeah, there must have been, because yeah, I think it was, not sure. Let's have another look. DJ just trying to go up the inside or not? I don't know. He was already up the inside, wasn't he? Silly Shot might have just turned in on him, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. A bit of a racing incident for me. And obviously he caught him in the end. DJ is slowing down. Silly Shot is getting going, but there was a gap for DJ to go up the inside there, and I think he just caught his rear quarter. It was, I think he may have just turned in a little bit there, Silly Shot. Didn't realise that DJ was so close to him on the inside. So for me, a racing incident, I don't see there was anything wrong with that really, certainly not intentionally between them two, but it has pushed them all the way back to the rear of this pack, which isn't a good start for them two. Sai is going to get a penalty for that, I think. Very wide through Kamsa. We got away with it, maybe because he's still lap 1. He's trying to turn and Thunder's up the inside, and Thunder then, first time he's led. Oh, and Nando's lost it. Nando's gone. What's happened to Nando? Easy done at the hairpin. It's the slightly colder temperatures here with the night here. Or was it a touch? Well, there might have been a little bit of contact, but no, the actual spin was just courtesy of him going too wide out onto where he is now. We see him doing donuts, and yeah, not a lot of grip out there, but has put DJ Silly Shot back into play, I suppose. So these three are the three that have made small mistakes, and been involved with small mistakes, so they are at the back. They have their own little private battle going on. So Thunder is our new leader. I think the first time he's led a race for us, well, it would be, because he's this is only his second round he's been with us, and his third race that he's had with us. So he's leading this Manufacturers Cup for the first time in that AMG, but in those, on those medium tyres, he's going to have to be a little bit careful with that tyre shredding machine that he's driving. Moncani in second in the Porsche, with Sight in third place. So Sight still there, started on pole position, remember, still there in third. Captain in fourth, Bennett in fifth. Wadru in 6th place. Colonel up to 7th now with Dan behind him in 8th place. There's Unforgiven in 9th. And then the other 3 behind them of Nando, DJ, Silly Shots. Keyboard Captain going around outside of side out. It was a great move from Keyboard Captain. Unusual place to pass. Side just lit it up a little bit, didn't he, on the hairpin? Couldn't get any traction whatsoever. Keyboard Captain decided to just keep it going, and he had to go right the way around the outside of sight to get the job done, and up to 3rd he goes. So good move from Keyboard Captain. Now he's pressing on to try and get with the front 2. Just got out of shot there. So blast their way through, cross start and finish line. On to lap 3, down to turn 1, and we've got Bennett and side by side. Wadru having a little look, but nothing happening there. Bennett on the inside, Sai on the outside. We've seen this happen before, and it was DJ that done it, and he's stayed on the outside through turns 1 and 2. So Sai then sticking it out, but then runs it wide, and that's going to allow both Wadru and Bennett to go past. So just run it a little bit wide there for sight. Drops it back to 8th, and in fact I think Dan just got through as well, so little mistake, and it's cost him 3 places there for sight. Run it wide out to turn 3, and Wadru got through along with Dan and Colonel Curtains. Colonel Curtains certainly not showing any fear out here. Just going for it like he would, just race hard. He doesn't need to, but in all truth, it's not really going to matter after. Picking up that victory in race 1 anyway, so it's done. He will be crowned the new champion at the end of this race. Well deserved as well from Colonel Curtains. Been pushed hard in all of the races here throughout the championship, but in the end he was the one that come out on top and deserved to be the champion. So it's all really about who's finishing 2nd and 3rd, and at the moment I think it's going to be close between Dan and Wadru. I think it might just be Dan though at the moment, who's maybe going to be grabbing that 2nd. Wadru will get that 3rd spot in the championship. Wadru goes round into Seat now. Currently behind him. Then Dan in 7th, Unforgiven in 8th, with Sight in 9th. So I should get that 8th place back though. Once Unforgiven served his penalty, which is just here. You should see Si come past now. There he goes into this hard braking zone down at the hairpin. But still finding it out, and Unforgiven gets it back. So Si didn't want no part of that battle. He said, no, know what, boss, you have it. BJ in 10th. He's catching up with him. He's getting away from Silly Shot, and Nando going backwards to 12th place. Silly Shot has got through as well, but Nando down there in that Beetle. Just here for the ride, really, enjoying himself, even though he is in 12th place. just making up numbers here tonight for this final round, but I'm sure he's enjoying himself anyway. So one person who is enjoying himself, it would seem, is Thunder, and not only is he leading this race, he's got that fastest lap at the moment as well, 1:42.2, and he is pulling away from Brian in second. We are 7, nearly 8 minutes in to the race, so not quite halfway yet, but he's looking okay. He's on the medium tyres, which means he will have the soft tyres to use at the end of the race. At the moment, they're not looking too shabby, are they? So good at the moment from Thunder. That car sounds like Thunder, doesn't it? Lovely sounding car, that AMG. There's Brian. In that Porsche, it sounds a little bit more screechy, doesn't it? It's a difference. The engine note between the two. All high pitched, the Porsche, whereas that AMG Merc is a very low kind of boom, isn't it? There's Bennett in third, looking good. Is Bennett. Now Kenny, he's on the soft tyres now. He is going to have to come in soon because they're not looking too good, are they? So that will mean he's got the mediums to run at the end for his second stint, his last stint. But how many more laps is he going to get out of these? I fancy he might come in at the end of this one. Captain, fourth place from Colonel Curtains in fifth. There's Wadru, there's Dan Dan. So these four are now fighting it out. Keyboard Captain, what a sight that you don't want to see behind you is this lot. So he's got the incoming champion right behind him. Then you've got Wadru, we know he's quick anyway, in sixth. And we've got Dan Dan in seventh, another one who's always there. So 3 hard chargers sitting right behind you. What's Keyboard Captain going to do? Well, it looks like Colonel Kearns is going to have a move. Is he going to get it done? He does. I think there was anything Keyboard could do about that. Seeing to get it done, although Keyboard is fighting back, trying to get around the outside this time, like he did before, but it didn't work on Colonel Kearns. A little bit wise to that. So Colonel Kearns up to fourth and through on Keyboard Captain. Now it's Wadru to have a go. What can Wadru, can he do? He needs to get past as quick as possible, really, if he wants to stay with Colonel Kearns. Can't be hanging around behind Keyboard for too long, and there he goes, pulls right out there. Slots back in a little bit, just gets a little bit more slipstream. Dan Dan's going to take advantage of both of them as well. So it's going to be fun and games as they go 3 abreast down into this corner. It's turn 1. Dan Dan's down there. Great move from Dan Dan, but Wadru's going to stick it out. He is going to stick it out, but he loses it. Oh, and did he get tagged by it? Who was that? Keyboard Captain. I think he just lost it prior to that. Wadru. Let's have another look. It was always going to, something was always going to happen as they came down there 3 aside. Keyboard's behind him at this point. Now, I can't see. I'm going to have to go back and see what it looks like from Keyboard's perspective. We're on board with him now. Did he just lose it on the curves, Wadru? At this point, looks okay. Ooh, I don't know, there was a little bit, kind of, again, not sure. There was a little touch from Keyboard Captain, but I'm wondering whether Wadru was already on his way in that car. I think he was already losing it, Wadru, at that point, and Keyboard Captain kind of had nothing to do as he runs it out wide there. Keyboard Captain, that's allowed silly shot to go through, so all sorts of things happening with Keyboard now. Just completely threw him off his rhythm there. Wadru just trying to get back up to speed as well, but I think that's it for Wadru in this race. And that could possibly stop him from getting that second in the championship. He may have to settle for third place, which is still good obviously, but know he would have preferred one of the top two. It's Nando sight. So Thunder then still leading it. Still leading it by some as well from Brian Moncarney. He's staying out as well. Thunder, there's Brian. In second, Bennett still in third. He's just gone into pit lane now. So Colonel Curtains will pick up third spot with Dan in fourth now. Unforgiven will take fifth from DJ in sixth. City Shop will get seventh place. So it will come streaming across the line. Keyboard in eighth place. And then Modru will get that ninth spot. So Bennett is in. So he probably did one more lap longer than what I predicted he would do. It's only Bennett at the moment who's in. So as we look at some of the cars with 13 minutes on the clock, this is the last time we're going to see these cars out on track in this championship. It's been a pleasure to commentate on this one. Some cracking battles throughout the season, but there was only ever really 3 or 4 drivers that was always going to be the main guys here, and that's not disrespecting any of the others, of course not, but just from the outset you could see who it was who was going to be kind of up here at the end of the season. But then it's like any championship, isn't it? You can tell just by the first couple of rounds who's going to be there or thereabouts. But yeah, this was a great series, and it will be back. The Manufacturers' Cup. We will have new drivers and new cars and new liveries. So looking forward to another season of this when it starts. I'm sure these guys will want a well-deserved break before then, though. Well, having said that, a lot of these guys do compete in the Sunday Championship, the main event, which has just kicked off last weekend. So probably not too much of a break for these guys. In all honesty, they'll probably just continue to race. These guys do obviously compete in more than one championship as well, so a lot of experience out on track at times. So going back to this race then, where are we? Thunder coming down through the hairpin on lap 9, leading the race, still with that fastest lap of 1:42.2. Coming along into second to last corner now. Does he stay to the right hand side? Does he pop into pit lane? Yes, he does. So he's decided time's right for him to come in. Brian Moncarney, does he stay out or does he come in as well? He's coming in as well. So the two leaders are in. Colonel Curtains. What about him? No, he's staying out, which means he will take the lead of this race. In fact, has he been in already? Who knows? But he's up there in the lead anyway, with Dan in second. DJ now up to third place. So after that incident, that's at the start of the race for DJ, that racing incident with Silly Shot, he's finding himself here in a good place in third. So sure, at the start when he was involved in that little incident, he was probably not thinking he was going to be anywhere near the top 3 come the end, but he is, and he's sitting here nicely at the moment. He's got absolutely nobody behind him, not immediately behind him anyway, so he's got a nice gap. He's still going to come in. He's top 3, I think, so obviously still will need a change. hopefully the gap between himself and Thunder, who was our leader, remember, who's come back out on those soft tyres in fourth. Can they get in and get out before he gets to the line? Well, I'm going to go back to the start or to the leaders, because they are coming round to that final corner and to pit entrance. I'm going to see Colonel Curtains dives across. Dan staying out, so Colonel Curtains fancies it. Dan fancies another lap. So too does DJ. So it's all about Colonel Curtains. Can he come out ahead of Thunder now? Let's see. Let's go back with Thunder. Where is Thunder? He's coming round towards the second to last corner now. Colonel Curtains obviously still in pit lane. Where is he? He's not even in his box yet, is he? So Thunder's going to go past him. No problem whatsoever. It's a long straight here. Pit exit is right at the end of it, obviously, just there to the right hand side. So there's still quite a way to go before you exit the final corner to turn one. But he has come out. He has gone up to third place. Brian Moncani to fourth, and there's Colonel Curtains in fifth. So he's in fifth place on those soft tyres. Let's see now what he can do about Thunder and Brian, because they are the leaders of this race. But he doesn't need to do anything. I stress that again. Even if he finishes in third, which he will be in by the time both Dan and DJ come in and come out, he could get himself into third place, which that will do nicely, won't it, for him, I'm sure. Bennett in sixth place again. Nice good showing from Bennett. But he was hoping that the season weren't ending now, because he was just getting into his rhythm a bit, wasn't he, Bennett? So yeah, it'd be wished it for another couple of rounds, I think, but it isn't to be. Forgiven in seventh. Freeboard in eighth place. Silly Shots in ninth, with Sai in 10th. Wadru in 11th. Nando in 12th place. Okay, so our leaders are in. Thunder is going to take the lead of this race, and he's going to pick up the fastest lap as well. Just picked it up at 1:41.2, and I think Wadru actually had beaten that prior. So he's actually beating him now with a 1:41.2, Thunder, and he takes the lead as well as Brian Moncani goes down into second. I think Dan's just coming out pit lane. There's Colonel Curtains, just goes past him, so he does get that third place from Colonel Curtains, but it's a close one. Almost lost it to Dan, but he's just slotted in behind him in fourth. 5 minutes left of this race. 5 minutes left of the championship. 5 minutes left before Colonel Curtains can get his hands on the trophy. So as we approach the end of the race, Thunder looks like he's got this one sorted with Brian Moncani in second. Colonel Curtains, he's on a charge on those soft tyres. Brian Moncani might be under a little bit of danger here from losing that second, because he's really picked up the pace as Colonel Curtains. He's knocking out fastest sectors as well, so he could, if he carries on doing that, he might even get that fastest lap off of Thunder. Let's see, we'll stay with him for the moment, because he's coming up to the second to last corner now. So let's see if he does take the fastest lap off him. That's assuming Thunder doesn't take his own fastest lap. Just crossing the line now. No, he doesn't. So still a 1:41.2. So let's see now if Colonel Curtains has done it. No, he doesn't. It's personal best, but still 2/10 slower than the 1:41.2. So he's in third place. Dan in fourth. Bennett in fifth place. Then we've got Unforgiven, who's chasing him down. So Unforgiven looking for a move on Bennett. And then we've got DJ behind him in 7th. So let's see if Unforgiven can get this move done. They come round Renault. Into Repsol. And then out of Repsol into Seat. So we start to go downhill now into this dip. Down into Worth. Oh, Unforgiven's going for it. That's a really, no, you don't see many passes up here because, yeah, he just backed off. He had to. Clearly more speed in that Jag at this point of the race than that McLaren, but just had to back off there, Unforgiven. Found himself down the inside, but then it kind of bottlenecks a little bit through there, doesn't it? And he had nowhere to go apart from into the side of that McLaren, so did the right thing and just backed off, but it's allowed DJ back into the game. So he can he grab 2 spots here and get himself up into 5th. He's going to have a go, that's for sure. DJ, if he can get a good exit here, which he will do. Most sits in the back of Unforgiven, so it's going to be surely down at turn 1. When it dives across, covers that inside line, Unforgiven is going to try the inside move. And it works. If he can keep it there, getting squeezed out a little bit. DJ coming through as well. Unforgiven on the dirty stuff out there. You don't want to be out there. There's no grip whatsoever, and that's just showed it there. Couldn't get past Bennett, and also could lose it to DJ as well, although Unforgiven still on the outside, but it's going to be on the inside coming through. Seat now. Great battle here. Yeah, Unforgiven's not letting DJ having that. He's not going to let him, not going to drop another place, Unforgiven. But respect to Bennett. Great defending at the moment. This battle's a little bit getting very, very close. Fuel levels are going down as well. Certainly on DJ's. It's flashing as Unforgiven lines himself up for a move on Bennett now. Down at the hairpin. Already gets it done. Gonna certainly get this 5th place off of Bennett finally, but does he run it wide? Bennett does, and that's going to allow DJ through. Bennett, does he stick it there? It's a huge car, that McLaren, but DJ on the outside. Yeah, he does. So goes around the outside, DJ gets his 5th, so Bennett loses 2 spots there. Unforgiven getting himself through at the hairpin up to 5th place, and DJ now going to have a go at Unforgiven at the end of this. Going into turn 1. This is the final lap. Oh, in fact, they didn't get another lap in, did they? So Bennett coming in 7th, Keyboard in 8th, Silly Shot in 9th, Wadru finishes in 10th. Nando will get 11th place. And Sight will come in 12th place. So we see Nando crossing the line now. Sight already doing handbrake turns into the final corner. I don't think it's intentional. He's got absolutely nothing on, no tread on his tyres at all. He finishes in 12th. So top 6 got through for this final lap. Thunder still leading it from Colonel Curtains, who's got up to 2nd place now, ahead of Brian Moncani. So he did make that move in the end. Dan in 4th place. He's also looking to get onto or past Brian for that 3rd place. And it does look like, now that Wadru's not managed to get a lap in, that Dan will get that 2nd place in the championship. Wadru finishes in 3rd. PM obviously dropping out, being that he's not here for this round, so he just loses out and finishes out of the top 3. But this battle going on to the end as we go back to our leader coming out of that final corner. Congratulations to Thunder, 1st victory with us in this championship. Be pleased with that. Colonel Curtains, double congratulations. He gets 2nd place. Dan with 3rd and Brian in 4th. Unforgiven will get 5th. As we see him coming across the line now with DJ Wolf finishing 6th place for DJ, but he's run out of fuel, so he's going to coast it in. So while we're waiting for that, we will go back and watch our champion, Colonel Curtains. Congratulations to him. He is the champion, the manufacturer's championship champion, as well as the Porsche being the manufacturer champion too. But that is the champion you're looking at him now. Colonel Curtains, well done to everybody involved in this championship. And as I always say, I want to say thank you to everybody who does get involved with it. Everybody, including myself, the commentators, who puts all this together and makes it possible. But certainly the admin team and all the drivers, of course. So thank you again to everybody. Congratulations to Colonel Curtains. It was a great championship, that one. We will look forward to the next one to start. It's onwards and upwards. We will continue with our Sunday championship, which will be covered here on my channel. Thank you all again, the viewers, for taking the time to watch and out of your hectic lives. And I will see you again soon. So bye for now, and thank you.